Hello, guys. Welcome back. Today I tried to die. I picked a fight with the old man, and Loki's happy because I'm being more of a Lokean against anyone that works with the old man. I can only take the old man up to a point, and then I have to get away from him for a while. I don't care what he wants for that day. I have to get away from him for a while because he starts driving me crazy. You notice my energy will drain. I'll get really serious. You notice he's been picking away at the decorations behind us and more disappearing. Yeah. If Odin could have his way, he would just go through here with a box, throw everything that isn't his into a box, and take it all out to the garbage and go, there, much better. And he really doesn't care. He can be a bit arrogant, he can be a bit self-centered. You should know that before you work with the old man. Even if he's really gentle and kind with you, he is kind of very much, he will wow at you and use, just continuous pressure sometimes to get his way. And the problem is, once Odin gets his way, he drops his interest. His interest is dead. He just wanted to see if he could get to it. Once he has it, he doesn't want it anymore, and you're stuck with it. So, if you're going to work with the old man, if he's going to start in on you about decorating or lifestyle or, whatever you're doing in your life, you have to realize a lot of times once he gets his way, it's not fun anymore. He just wanted to see if he could get it off you, and then he drops his interest. He got a Norse household. The interest lasted for 6 days. Seventh day, he's done with it. He's bored. He got his way. It's not a fun game anymore. And I said to Loki, I said, your brother always does this. And I said, I'm not suited for heathenry. I'm not suited for Asatru. I'm not going to make a video and pick fights with every heathen on the planet or every Asatru on the planet. I said, that's just not my path. If they like it and they're fulfilled by it, great. I don't like it. I said, I need to be able to leave the Norse gods from time to time and go talk to other gods because it's usually how I decompress and it's usually how I figure out stuff. And I said, Odin's taken advantage and he turned this house fully Norse. And it's not like disaster has been visited upon me or the other gods have appeared in their holy wrath and, struck me down or something. But I said it definitely feels like I'm getting communication from the outside, despite what Odin tried to claim. It's always been the Norse gods. Tyr claimed that I was just holding on to stuff, that relationships that weren't there anymore. But remember, they're all very centric towards their own pantheons a lot of times. And I said, I've done all this stuff. I've gotten rid of all this stuff. Like statues went, books went, all this other stuff went. And it was stuff I wasn't using anyhow. So it's kind of sometimes good to reset to zero. But I said, I still, if I think of them, I can still like feel a presence. And I said, either I am insane and I've been imagining gods all along, but then that means I'm imagining the Norse gods too. And I told Odin that last night, and he turned an interesting shade of white. And I said, well, I warned you about this. I warned you about not giving me any place to escape to, not giving me other gods to work with. I said, International House, awesome, worked because I could come and go as I pleased, and if things weren't working out with the Norse gods, it didn't get rid of them. I just went and I worked with the Greeks or someone from, the First Nations or something. I said, I don't have that anymore. And I said, basically, you have whatever you think of the color of my skin. I said, you have a child of Ogu who doesn't have Ogu's discipline and structure and drive and course corrections. He needs to give his children course corrections. I said, you have one of those now without all that. I said, basically, you have a train that's just starting to pick up speed, is going to blast right on by you. And there's going to be a train wreck eventually, but I said, the only one who could handle it at this point is Oku. And that's the thing. Odin likes to think that the Norse gods can step in and take over everything, but when you have long-standing relationships with other gods, that becomes problematic. Anubis's statue went, which actually wasn't bad, because one, I always hated that statue, and two, I love Anubis dearly. He was like a father to me when I came in, but, his statues have always given me the willies. I can't sleep with one in a room. I have vivid nightmares. Some people don't get that. I do. I don't know what it is. It's just Anubis being Anubis. Now, the Bastet statue got to stay, but only because Freya claimed it as some kind of war booty. And um, almost everything for La Santa is completely gone, like her magazines and, most of her statuary and that, and it was, again, it was fine, but there are two statues left of her. And it's fine because this was all stuff she didn't want and need anyhow. So they kind of unwittingly, I think, did the work of the other gods. La Santa would be happy if La Santa came back right now. And again, I talk about her. It's like she's popping right in, like, yes. I'm like, well, is it my imagination at this point, or is it the Norse gods playing, Norse god games like they like to do? And I don't think they would care, and they don't care if you get rid of all their statuary and you get rid of all their books, whether you do it in a rage or you do it because you're like, oh, I'm just imagining all this and I'm moving on, or you're going back to Christianity or going to atheism or whatever. Gods that want a relationship will find a way through. They will find a way in dreams. And the funny thing has been, I've been having Norse dreams, but I had a dream this morning that it was really telling of, we're in the middle of a jungle and they're going up this giant cigarette. It's the Norse gods. Odin and Freyr are going, and two other people are with them. It could have been Conan the Barbarian for all I know. I forget. And they're going up to this top of this thing, but I'm not allowed to go up there because this is only special stuff for gods. And I'm like, why the hell are we outside of your culture? But they need to go up there for something that they can't do. And I'm like, this is awfully strange. And then Inori pops into the dream, and Inori is like, doesn't it strike you as particularly odd that they can't do everything for you themselves? Why are they going to another culture to get help? And I'd gotten something that seemed like a signal from Inori yesterday, and Asmodeus had popped in for a moment. And I said, now I don't know, Odin, of course, will go, oh, that was just a test, my dear. Odin's story now is it's always been the Norse gods. And I'm like, I don't know. This just isn't feeling right. Odin's claiming all of it from the beginning to now has always been Norse gods. So any experiences in the Catholic Church were Norse gods. Any experiences in Buddhism were Norse gods. Any Egyptian gods were Norse gods. And if he keeps talking at you, he can start making sense, and you can start going, yes, that absolutely makes sense. I buy into what you're selling. But it's not making sense, guys. So why don't you guys give me some advice? What do you think? This feels like Odin wants a Norse household. He's campaigned for this for years, and all the Norse gods will back him up because it's the old man. But Loki, I asked him today what's going on, and Loki was signaling to me. I don't think he can really say anything, but he's been staring at the floor with his arms folded, which means something went wrong. Odin's getting something he shouldn't have. But Loki was benefiting too, and now Loki's just staring at the floor. I know the other gods will take me back in a heartbeat. It's not a thing of, oh, you got rid of my statue, oh, you got rid of the books, I hate you now and I hate you forever. It's a thing of Odin can do whatever he wants and have me do whatever he wants on the earthly plane, but that doesn't, negate a spiritual connection either. So, I don't know. I don't know. On days like this, when Odin's pulled too much, I go towards atheist land. I'm like, none of this makes any sense. So, you guys tell me, what do you think is going on? And if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.